Hi, I'm David, and welcome to Happy Turnings. Let's head out to the shop and make some shavings. Let's head out to the shop and make some shavings. Let's head out to the shop.
Welcome back to the shop. Yesterday, in the last stream that I did, I was working on a mortar and pestle, and here is the pestle I made. Good look at that one there. It's made with some beautiful Florida white oak. And today we will be finishing up the mortar. We had gotten that started as well, and we got that on the lathe. I've got it turned around. We are ready to start carving out the inside of it here, and then we'll be doing the rest of the finish on there. So without further ado, let's get to making some shave-ins. I am able to remove the tailstock from my lathe, so I'll be doing that to give me some additional room. Mask and face shield on. Tool rest into place. I may need to adjust the camera a little bit as I carve here. It might get in my way a little bit. We'll find out. Make sure it's still tight in the chuck. Good. I will note as well, one thing I also did yesterday or this morning right before the stream, I marked where my number one on my chuck is on the bowl blanket itself. In the event that this comes off of the chuck, I will need to put it back in the same spot that it was, or it might get off of out of alignment. So I went ahead and marked where my number one chuck jaw goes on there, just in case. But it's nice and firm. Bowl gouge is sharpened for today so far, so we're good to go there. Speed is completely turned down. And we'll increase it from there. We're at about 1,000 RPM. We'll start by flattening out the top here. Using just the inside wing of the bowl gouge. Pretty good and smooth. Pretty close. We can bring it down just a little bit more. You're wondering about the color difference. I did put a layer of my food safe finish on the outside here. I will be doing more layers of that a little bit later, but let me get this inside carved out first. I am leaving quite a bit of a rim on this. As I mentioned, this will be a mortar, and there is a lot of pressure that gets used when mulling slices and all that. So I want to make sure it's got enough thickness on that rim to be able to hold the pressures that we use against it. And it's pulling, getting tested like that because of my approach. Maybe come with a little bit of a sharper angle on it here. Excuse me. getting there. It's a matter of taking a little bit at a time. See if this holds up. Should, but there's a couple of cracks in here I'm not happy with. Let's see what happens. It's going to take a little bit at a time. Quite a bit of ways to go, but just double checking, making sure my rim is tight. There's no movement. Okay, crack spread at all or anything like that. Good. Happens as you're changing the angles of these tools. You got to be real cautious about that. My tool's probably getting much duller now. In fact, I can see some of the tear out down there below, which is caused by part of that. I'm getting fairly close here. The depth I want. Pretty close. Once I get to the depth, then I'll come back and clean this middle part. I'll leave that in there because that creates a little bit more strength to the wood piece as I carve out the edges here. And then I'll take out that center piece when I'm close to finished with the outside. For my last pass or two. One of the tougher parts about having a straight tool rest and carving bowls is the further I get out, the more I can pull my tool down and create these catches or odd angles off of it. What I should try to do is actually keep more of a rainbow as I'm coming up and over towards the center here. So come into the side and then come up and kind of down as I pivot through. I'll be working on that a bit. Sharpen my tool here just a little bit. Careful touching the piece. It's never moving. You really shouldn't touch it at all. Want to do motion like that. There's a safety risk. I know better than that. So, sharpen this so I can come back and get some better cuts with this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sharpen up here. If you have your volume turned way up, you may want to turn it down a bit. This does get kind of loud. My noise suppression should hopefully help a bit, but it's not going to take care of everything, unfortunately. So, all right, grinder's coming up. All right. There's just a couple moments to cool off. I'm going to take a quick drink break, and I will be right back. All right, mask and face shield on. A little warm fan, cool that off just a bit. It's a beautiful day this morning here in South Florida. Hope everybody's able to see and hear okay. Should hopefully be doing all right. Let's see. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get back in here. Part of that's because of how far away my tool is from the tool rest. Usually should have it much closer, but my straight tool rest doesn't really fit in very well. Better. I'll do some passes to clean up all the way down to the bottom there. I've got some good distance around the entire edge here, all the way down, so that's pretty good. Just bring it in and clean up this middle part here a bit. Part of my issue is the tool rest is a little too high, it looks like. And I'm actually going to try to bring it in a little bit here. Of course. Anytime I'm adjusting the tool rest and everything, you want to hand run your piece just to make sure you're not getting any catches anywhere or anything like that. Move your tool rest and it ends up bumping a spot. You can end up catching it as soon as you turn your lathe on and blow your piece off the lathe. You want to be careful about that. Let's go. Right down there. We'll try to get that angle in there. Let's come back with the round nose taper. Start cleaning that up a bit. Close my tape there. That's causing my problem too. So it's back to the close switch. That starts looking here. That's better. Get my round nose scraper and we'll start cleaning up that bottom there a little bit better. Don't want to go any too much deeper here. I'm starting to get a bit thinner than I want. Has been a while since I've used this tool, so let's see how it goes. Let's see. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. Excellent. Yeah, a little bit in the middle, and that should be pretty good. Excellent. Well, good job. All right, let's get the sand in. Let's go with our abernets again. I'm going to start with the lower grit. Let's uh, 100, 50, 20, 50, 80, 320, 320, 400. There we go. And we'll start off with my 80 on this one here to clean that surface a bit more on the inside here. You want to be careful. Notice I'm not wrapping it around my fingers or anything like that. If this thing slips out of one hand, it's just going to move right past my other hand that's putting pressure on there, and I will move that hand right away. A lot of people advise to actually use a different tool to get in there and do this, but I've been doing this for a while. I'm quite used to doing it this way. And remember to go opposite of what your sanding was. So the spinning sideways, I want to come back and do these horizontal sanding here. That way it clears out the sanding marks. Take care of some of that tear out in there. There is some tear out. Since it's going to be a utility bowl, I'll be okay with some tear out in there. with some of the green here. Yeah. Yep. Well, that was my 100 grit. My 80 was in a different spot. That's okay. My 100 grit got it okay. Let's go up to 120. Yep. Didn't take a whole lot. Each grit's just to take the sanding from the other one. The only one that should be used to really, like, I guess, clean up the piece is your lowest grit, and then the rest of your grits are meant to take away the lines from the other previous grits. So I'm not doing any shaping with my 120 or anything. I'm cleaning up the sanding marks from the 100 grit actually, that I did previously. Did an 80, okay. So I'm probably going to come back and sand it the second time. And we'll see. We will see. Now, a lot of people use calipers to determine their thickness all the way down and around and through. Now I can feel mine, but you get a much more accurate representation when you can use calipers to actually keep the measurements there. But this is actually pretty darn good. Actually, come back with my 2-inch sanding disc and redo this. It'll help clear up some of this tear out that might be in there. Looks like it's in there. Okay. All right. Now we're up to 150. Now my lathe does not have a reverse function. A lot of people have, well, some lathes have a reverse capabilities to it. And I believe there's a way to modify this to be able to do so. I haven't really seen so much of the need for it, but if you have the ability to do a reverse function on your lathe, then in between each grit, you want to alternate which way you're turning. So my 80 grit would have been this way, my 100 grit would have been that way, 150, 180, so on and so forth. And that'll actually help clear up a lot of the hair out because you go in an opposite direction, so that'll help clear it up and help, with a cleaner surface overall. And again, like I said, I'm going to come back and do my sanding discs instead here in a minute. I do want to go up to about 220 with this, which is my next grit to go up to. That was 150. I think this next one is 180. Yeah, 180. And then 220. So we've got a couple more to do with my hand, and then we'll come back and do it with the sanding discs instead. Again, I haven't changed the speed of my lathe either. I probably should go to a little bit of a higher speed or even a lower speed. Really based off preference and what you found getting the better sanding. Actually, I should go lower speed because of some of this tear up that I'm getting in here. Feel that? So. Also, I could clean the surface in between grits as well with some denatured alcohol or something like that. And that'll also help to get a cleaner sanding surface too, if you find that you're getting a lot of the types of hair out and things. And this is just going to be a utility bowl. I don't plan on selling it. It's going to be a mortar and pestle for my wife and I. But even still, I always want to, do the best you can. If you want. Better. All right, let's go for 220. And then we'll switch over to our sanding disc. 220. It's not taking me long while it's on. Now with the rotation of the sanding disc, that'll help get the varied sanding on this, so I'll be able to kind of go from grit to grit without having to do alternate sanding rotations, but all right, should be good. There we go. All right, let's switch over to our sanding disc. Yeah, face shield and switch over to my safety goggles instead here. A little warm here in the garage. In the shop today. There we go. Drill down, battery. All right, start off with 80 grit. Yeah, should be pretty good. Let's see. This side. Yeah, that's a lot better. All right, switch over to our next one. 120. Much better. All right. All right. Next up, 180. Going up 240. Next up is 320. All right, next up is 400. All right, 600. Oh, oh, I'm sorry, guys. Apparently, they just said they couldn't hear me. Oh, and I just lost my chat. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. All right. Nope, that's not it. Okay. All right, that's 600. 50 and the last bit I am going over the whole surface with it one more time. There we go. All right. Now I'll do a little bit of wipe down with some denatured alcohol. I'll try to speak up a little bit louder as well. All right. Nope. That cleaned up there. Outside rim as well. Go. All right. Okay. Once again, I'm going with my food safe finish. This is a carnauba wax and mineral oil mix. I'm actually going to lower the speed down on this quite a bit. Carnauba wax is a palm wax. It's quite tough. Provides a good finish to it as well, and I make it with some. I melt mineral oil in with it, so as it warms up, the friction warms it up, it releases the mineral oil. The wood will soak up the mineral oil, which will help provide protection, and then the carnauba wax will get into the grain as well and provide a nice, good coating, protective coating for it all. Some more here. There we go. I'm putting some moderate pressure on it. Wrap that up around my fingers or anything. You never want to do that if you're going on the inside of a piece while it's moving. Anything you're holding on to should be able to easily be able to let go and have it fly wide right from your digits right behind your fingers here. Speed this up a bit. There we go. Next, a little bit more and do another coating on this outside here. I find if I can't get it hot enough or warm enough to really go in with just pressure, then I may end up using like a heat gun or a blow dryer, hair dryer, something like that. But right now, this is going on perfect. Nice, good coating here all the way around the piece. Nice, good coverage of it. All right, excellent. Go ahead and shut this off and see how we look. Excellent. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Sweet. All right, we'll take a quick moment. I'll be right back. All right. I know, right, brother? It's very satisfying to watch. I love it. Okay. So now we got to switch it around to be able to get the bottom cleaned up a bit. Before I do that, let me clear this off. I will need my tailstock for this portion. Get that on there. Go. Always want to be careful about releasing that. Now, if you didn't hear before, or didn't know before, when you put a piece into a chuck here, you want to make sure to mark where a certain jaw is. I use my number 1 jaw. I've got that one marked right here, and I mark it on my piece as well. Let me see if I can get you to see that. You can kind of see the lines right there. That's where my number 1 jaw would fit. The reason being, if this was to come off of the chuck, I would need to put it back on there correctly the exact same way, or else it'll be out of alignment one way or another. It might bounce a little bit. Usually it'll be out of alignment there. But here's a good look inside of it. The outside. That right there is called medullary rays, part of the grain. It's a feature of oak woods, and creates more of a starburst pattern. You can see the grain that looks kind of open with this. This is a feature of oak as well. Now this is a white oak or a live oak, so it's very, very tough, which is why I'm able to use it for a mortar and pestle. If I was to do red oak, I wouldn't make a mortar and pestle out of it or something like that. I would end up doing something different. But white oak or live oak here is very, very tough. If you didn't see my live stream yesterday, I showed off a little mallet I have that's made of the same stuff that I've had for over a year and kind of beat it pretty bad. Now I can do a expansion chuck on this, which I think I am going to go ahead and do, but to protect our inside, we use, I know I got you around here somewhere. Here's the piece. Some drawer liner or cabinet liner, and it's just padded, so it helps to hold on to the piece without causing a lot of issue. So let's get this on here, nice and flat. Expand these jaws out a little bit just to give it another little, hold it just a little bit better there. There we go. That is actually on there perfect. Now this is only held by force, so I'm going to be quite cautious with this, but I'm going to take off this foot. Tool rest on. And I am going to bring up my tailstock just for support until I can get pretty much all of it done. Just a bit. There we go. I'm going to need to get access to this portion here, but I also need to keep it far enough away to allow my tailstock to get into place. Pull that back. Just get in there. Just want it right up against there just to keep it from pulling one way or the other. As I cut into this portion here. Again, this is a very tough wood, so. So when I go to cut into it, it'll provide a lot of resistance, and that resistance can cause this thing to move quite a bit or very easily as I go to cut into this bottom part here. But I plan on leaving this little lip and that other portion there. We'll just take down this piece a bit. Quick break, I'll be right back. All right. Mask and face shield on. Start off at a very, very low speed, all the way down. And we'll gradually bring it up from there. Go up to about 900 RPM. There we go. Spot on 900 RPM in fact. A little light touch there. Some last scrape of cut. Knob off. You. All right. So, the kill stock out. Full rest and banjo out of the way. Well, this is still tight on there. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Yeah, we're just going to go through some of our grits here. It's already fairly soft, so I won't use the 80 or the 100, but I will start with the 120. So, here we go. This is the Merca Abranet sanding mesh. It's nice because the dust goes straight through it and helps prevent a lot of buildup and such. You get a lot more lifespan out of these mesh pads than you will out of standard sanding pepper, but I'll use either or. I prefer these, but if I don't have them, I do have plenty of sandpaper as well. There you go. That was 120. Next up, 150. Coming out with strain. Will prevent some of those rings from occurring there. All right. Next up is 180. Yeah. Next up, 220. Next up, 320. This will be the last one I do since this is the bottom. And I still have a little bit more that I want to do before I put my finish on. Excellent. All right. So, that portion complete. Next thing I want to do is get my little medallion in on the bottom here. So for that I use a 1-inch torsion bit. I use little rings. Now, this is going to be tough because I'm fairly close to the bottom here. So this will be a trick not to go through the bottom. We'll see what happens. Always iffy. In fact, I wonder, put that off for just a second here. See if I have a different Forstner bit, maybe. Nope, that is my 1-inch. Okay. Hope it didn't have such a point on the tip of it there. That's alright. Let's see if we can get through this without going all the way through this. It's nice and easy. Don't need to go real deep. Should be good. I did not go all the way through. Alright. Hooray! Alright. Not bad. My little press place here. Came as part of a pen kit press, and it works quite well for this as well. So, alright, and a little bit of super glue here. Oh, that's it. So if you didn't know, keeping your super glue in the refrigerator will help make it last longer for you. This is a little bit of a medium flex super glue, or CA glue, as it's commonly referred to. Okay, go. Press in there. Come off on me now. Yep. Back and turn this on. It's a little bit of alignment. Well, another lesson learned, unfortunately. As I pressed that into place, those light cracks just broke this thing basically in half. So I am going to have to make a new one, unfortunately. Another lesson learned. So if you can't see, right here, there's a crack. Yeah. And on this side as well. It just cracked right in half on me. Well, I think what I'll do is try to repair those with some CA glue, since it's not entirely in half, but definitely going to need to put this to the side and do some repairs on it later. See if I can't salvage it. But it was a pretty piece so far. Another view of it for you. You can see a crack on the inside right there. Okay, like I said, I'll put some CA glue in there. Once it's fully cured, it won't be much of an issue at all. But I'm not going to put this back up. I'm not going to finish this off anymore until I get this repaired. I don't want this thing flying apart into multiple pieces on me. That's my little medallion there. So, handy little bowl. Would have worked okay with the mortar and pestle. You know, this being the mortar and this being the pestle. Would have been okay. But I'll make a new one for it because of this crack. This will probably not hold up to the rigors of this. So I'll make a new one for this guy. I do have more of that Florida white oak to use, which is great. I still have a few more pieces, and I actually have a couple large pieces to chop up still. So one of these days I'll do a little video of how I chop up a couple of those logs. Be right back. Okay. So that is not all for today. I do have some more to go over. I did do some preps and preparations. So, first things first, I will need to change out the jaws on this chuck, because the pieces we're going to be using next, or the next project to do, excuse me, is going to be these pieces of cherry wood here. I'm going to be turning these into magnets, little refrigerator magnets. So, I have 5 of them. We'll see how many we can get done today. An hour and a half in, got about another hour and a half. So let's see if we can get a few of those knocked out. First things first, change out the jaws on the chuck here. Back to my pin jaws. No. Yes, it can be glued, and I will be gluing out that bowl back together as well. Um, so I will get that prepped later, and we'll revisit that bowl for tomorrow. But again, I won't use it for the mortar because it needs to have some strength to it, and now that it's already been cracked, it's lost a lot of its durability. So, but it will make for a nice little handy bowl, maybe like a bureau bowl or something like that, something to keep on a bureau and put change into, or something along those lines. But again, we'll come back and visit that one tomorrow. I'll see if I can't get it glued up tonight, and then tomorrow we'll clean it back up again, and then we'll finish it from there. Let's swap out. I got a second here. I want to go diving for that. I'll pick it up later. The big thing with these jaws is just making sure that you put the number one with the number one, number two and two. Each one gets their place. Doesn't matter how you take them off or, you know, actually put them on, no order relevance. Just make sure that you get the right ones on the right pieces here. There is other different types of jaws out there. Different companies make different types. This was one that I had found on Amazon from a company called Vinworks. It actually has done quite well for me. I've really enjoyed using it. It's not too heavy, not too bulky. Some of them can be that I've noticed. I would like to get a Nova one eventually, but those are a bit expensive, about $300 for a good Nova set. So, or even Easy Wood Tools, which might be a little bit more expensive, but those you can swap out these jaws in about 30 seconds, which would be great. But another day for those, another day. Right. For number one. So it shows number one right there. You can kind of see it in the glare, I think. And then on the jaw itself, the one on there. So might be able to see it a little better on that one, maybe. A little tough to see. Oh well. You get the idea. Come here, everybody. Don't go running away yet. We got work to do. Work to do. Forget what movie that's from. Yeah. And it's number three. And all 8 screws are the exact same, so it doesn't matter if which jaw they go on to, so long as they are put in securely. I do take these off and kind of clean where they attach, as well as underneath them. A little bit of dust in there can throw off how uh, cylindrical they are, how flush they are, I guess. So you want to make sure that that's clean. You will see, finish there. That's actually not even touching the jaws at all, which is why I don't really clean that off or care much about that. But where these actually connect and attach into, I always want to make sure that that stays fairly clean. Just want to make sure they're super snug, fairly tight here. These guys put away. All right. So the nice part about this lathe here, one of the big reasons why I chose it, is the spindle here on the headstock. This is the headstock. This is the headstock spindle. This is a common threading, one of the most common threadings when it comes to lathes. This is a 1 inch in diameter by 8 tines per inch, or 8 TPI. 1 inch by 8 TPI. And it's got a Morse taper 2 on the inside on this side, and it's also got a Morse taper 2 on the tailstock as well, which is nice. Furthermore, this is indexed. So along the top here, let me see if I can get this camera over a little bit. And in, not too far. Yeah, kind of can't really see that. That's okay. I'll get a picture and pop it on a little bit later. But it's got numbers, and there is a spindle lock on the top here, this guy. And I could turn that, and it'll actually lock this guy in place for me so I can keep it solid. People use the indexing marks and such to do different unique features on different um, bowls and vases and other things like that. It helps provide equal measurements and will allow you to kind of adjust that. Now, you do want to make sure that this is always unlocked if you're going to be running your lathe. Make sure it's unlocked. Make sure everything runs fluid and is tight on there before you ever start up your lathe as well. Safety first, guys. let's not go hurting ourselves here. These things can be dangerous. Here's our first one. Let's hope this will fit. Ooh, it's a little too big. Okay. So, what's another way I can keep this on here? You know what? Let's do this instead. Start by closing this down entirely. I'm going to drill a hole on this side using one of my smaller Morse. Sorry, using one of my other bits here. Now the magnets I'm going to use are going to be these little guys here. Got a nice little package on Amazon recently for an extra few bucks. Little deal. But what I want to do is match the size of that with this. These magnets are larger than the width of this guy, so as long as it's bigger than this, I can put it over there. We'll expand into there. We'll create a mortise and stick it in there. But I want to make sure I get a good size. This is slightly too small. This is our 3/4. Let me try 7/8 here. 7/8 seems to be about it. A little big, but that's okay. We can, if we make it too small and try to force it into place, we'll get that cracking like what happened with our mortar just a little bit ago. So we'll go 7/8. If there's a little gap around the edge, it's not going to be much of a problem. People aren't really going to see that very much. Let me get my drill out again. So before we start drilling these, let's get all these marked. And we'll drill all of them at the same time. Good. Go. One. Let's see. Thanks, big brother, for joining today. I appreciate you coming out. Remember, folks, hit that thumbs up if you enjoy what you're watching. See, that helps me out a lot. And if you hit that subscribe, it helps me out as well. It's free to do so. It doesn't charge you anything, but it does show YouTube that people like what they see, and it helped me build a little bit of a base here, which would be great. Let's go on the side here. I actually have this one marked on the back side. marking the ruler and not my piece. There we go. Excellent. Okay. Let's put away. Just rolled out. Take a quick break, get a drink, be right back. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's settle around here somewhere. There we go. Knew I knocked something off earlier. We'll just start with this guy here. I need to go too deep, just deep enough to be able to cover the magnet and be able to stay on here fairly tight as well. That should be good. Good. That's better. Um, all right. Good to me. Put these over here. There's our first piece on here. Go. Should be pretty good. Nice and tight. Tool rest on. Let's start by rounding it off, actually. Go this way with this. We'll go nice and slow. I'm not going to bring my tailstock up on this, so we'll just take nice, light, easy passes on it. Switch over to mask and face shield. Before I do, I'm going to go one more drink. Alrighty, mask and face shield on. Alright. Starting off nice and slow, off to the side, even these little pieces can cause harm. Want to be careful. Set up a bit. And starting off from the side. And take nice, light, easy passes. Alright. Love these little ribbons of shavings that you can get with a good sharp tool. Good wood. Down a little bit. So I'm tapering it back, so when this is up against something, you have something to easily grab onto to pull it away from whatever you have it on, like a refrigerator or a lathe. And I do try to do different shapes with some of them as well. There you go. This help, but we'll get that with some sandpaper here in a bit. Cleaned up. The scraping cuts cause that tear out, so I'll be careful with that. So one more nice pass here. So that's a lot better. Get this front a little bit more. from me. There's some pretty good, nice healing cuts with this. It's a fairly easy cut to do. Recommend practicing with that for new beginners. Getting your push cuts down right is creating a nice, good, clean piece. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. White sanding, and we're not even going to go low grit on this. We're going to start off at a higher grit. Two 20. 220. There we go. 80, 50, 120. I'm actually going to start with 120. I'm sorry. 150. 120 is a little bit hard for the finish that the cut that I currently have on there. So, the next one up is 150. Okay. So, all right. There we go. It was 150, now we're going up to 180. I could turn down my speed a little bit too, so I don't get any harsh lines in there. I'll clean up some of the marks from the previous sandpaper. Cool. And always be careful when you're touching your workpiece if it's in motion. Don't want to like grab onto it or anything like that. All right. Next up is 220. I believe this is actually redwood now I'm thinking about it. I had purchased a piece for a little project I was working on a couple years ago and had a little slice left, so I think that's what these came from. Now that I'm thinking about it, just the redwood skip from like Lowe's and Home Depot. Not actually protected. It is some beautiful wood though. with the drain here. Go. 320. Next up, 400. And 600. I think 600 is a good grit to go up to, but in the future I may go up to higher ones. I do have up to 12,000 grit on sanding mesh pads. I use those for my pens though. You have something in your hands for long periods of time that needs to be very smooth. So that takes us all the way up to 600 there. Okay. A little bit of denatured alcohol to clean it up. Go. Almost out of the denatured alcohol. Then I'll be switching to full-time Everclear. All right. Not bad. All right, this is going to be kitchen magnets, so I want to use a food safe finish on it again. Once again, you can find this finish on my Etsy shop, etsy.com/shop/Happy Turning Store. I sell these little canisters for about $6 a pop. And if you order more than $35 and stuff from my shop, I do free shipping. But these last a good while. This is a friction polish. You want to make sure to get it nice and warm with a good, even, equal amount of pressure on there. Back the other way with it. There we go. Oh, beautiful. All right. Bottom a little bit. Excellent. All right, let's get the next one on there. We'll press the magnets in out the end here. Oh, yeah. We got plenty of time. There we go. Next one up. Let's put this guy over here. Nice and tight. Excellent. Back up. Still have a mask and face shield on, so I'm not too worried about that. Always check before you run your lathe. Alright. Okay. Let's speed this up a little bit, and I'll keep myself off to the side. We're up to about 1,000 RPM. Let me bring my full rest up a bit. Should be right about center. Just about center. Ooh, low. Way low. Bring it up a little bit more. There we go. That's better. Alright. Tail stock down a little bit. There we go. Go. Actually pretty good. Clean that up with some sandpaper. Well, this one does have quite a bit of tear out of the front there, so I'm going to start with a lower grit. We'll start with my 100 grit this time. Pull it down a bit. Back over with those. So sanding marks. All right, that's better. All right, let's go next one up. 120. I'm only running about 500 RPM. There we go. See some of the cylindrical lines coming on there. I want to go against those to try to clean those up a little bit. There we go. That's a lot better. All right, next up, 150. All right. Getting tired of them falling off my thing over there, so I'm just going to put them on the table behind me. But next up is 180. Okay. Next up, 220. Alright, next up is 320. Yeah. Alright, next up is 400. I what they can do about that. Not without sanding that or redoing it, so I'm not going to worry about that so much. Fitness will take care of that. Alright, last one, 600. Alright. Get some more finishing paste up. Finish marks. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. 750. Go 800. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Alright. Yeah, next one on. 1 moment. Quick drink break, and I'll be right back. All right. Mask and face shield on. Full rest in place. Start low. Keep up. We'll go up to about 1,000 RPM. Slowly turn it down. Clean it up with something. Once again, I'll start fairly low, 100 grit. I'm going to turn it down again as well. Now we're going to start off at 700 RPM. Getting a little bit overcast. That'll come back out. That's Florida. Always does. All right. There we go. Okay, 120. Yeah. Next up, 150. Next up, 180. You. 180. Next up, 220. Yeah. Next up, 320. 320. And next up, 400. And 600. Clean this up a little bit. A little bit of denatured alcohol I got. Pull it up with Everclear in a little bit. Yep. All right. Now, if you like what you see, hit that thumbs up and hit subscribe so you can come on back and find me easier. Really helps me out when you do. Oh, and that goes on. There you go. Oh yeah, that's great. If you can see that shimmer in there, but that shimmer is called chatoyance. And you get that little bit of a, yeah, shimmer. It's actually caused by minerals between the grain fibers. And really nice finish, really shows them off. Beautiful. All right. This a little bit. Yeah, let's get our next one up. Go. Nice and tight. 53. Next. All right. Again, start off low and increase speed from there. Where face shield and mask is on, are on. Up to about 1,000 RPM. Be careful. Don't know anything to happen. Didn't feel like it was really on there. Try that again. Yeah, that feels better. That should be it. Oh, let's see. All right. Let's see if that'll hold this time. Start low and increase from there. I'll go up to about 1,000 RPM. Yeah. little bit there, but that's okay. Again, sandpaper. This will probably be the last one I do for today. Save the other one in my file for another day. Let's get this sanded down again. I'll start with 100 grit. The Merca Abernet sanding mesh. No, I'm not paid for it. They don't sponsor me yet. Hopefully they do one day. But I do love to use this for my project. Alright, there we go. 100. Next up is 120. Okay. Next up is 150. What? Hold on. Okay. Next up is 180. Always be cautious when you're doing your stuff. So, I'm fine. No issue there. They're all rounded edges and such, which is good. Always want to be careful. Yep. Next up is 220. Next up, 320. Next is 400. There we go. And 600. There you go. And some waxy finish. There we go. Oh, she's pretty. Yeah, and you can see that shimmer, that chatoyance. Ooh, gorgeous. Yeah, let's get her off of here. All right. All right, I'm going to do this last one, but I'm going to take a little bit of a break first. Get something to drink. Hydration is key, especially on hot days like these. Yeah, nice and tight. Okay, be right back and get some to drink. All right. One more to do. One more to do. Then we'll get those magnets epoxied in and we'll call it a day. Ooh, hello. Ooh, hello. Let's get you on there straight. There we go. That's better. There we go. Again, start off low. Increase speed from there. About 1,000 RPM. So the show I've used this for a long time. Okay, this is the last one I'm done. You can see the difference, but you can also feel it. It's not completely delicate. You get a lot more resistance off of it. Not bad. Should work fine. Alright, sandpaper comes up. And leave it at 1,000 RPM for this one, starting off with 100. Kind of clean it up a bit. Okay. Next up, 120. Yep. Next up is 150. There you go. All right. Next up is 180. Next up, 220. Next up is 320. Next up is 400. And 600. Here we go. All right, let's get some wax on it. Once again, this is my food safe wax. You'll find it on my Etsy shop. I will be posting these magnets to my Etsy shop as well. Etsy.com/store/Happy Turning Store. Remember, if you like the video, hit that thumbs up. And don't forget to hit subscribe. Come on back. Heck, beautiful. All right. Alrighty. Next up, let's get the fluid into place. There we go. The first time working with this brand of magnets. I've used other ones. That's none like these. Not going to matter which side I go on. I'll get that out of there in a few moments. All right, so 5-minute epoxy here that I'll be using. And let's get out. I need to label my doors a little better. Use a little bit of cardboard this time. Oh. Right. 2-part epoxy. Just use the rest of it here. It's clearly not gonna take that much. And that is okay. Be right back, folks. Have a good day. Excellent. There we are. Sorry about that. There's a mail call. Let's get some of this in here. It does not take much. And a good even coating all the way around. I've been needing to replace this epoxy for a while. That's why I'm just using the last of it. It's still good. It's just I'm wanting to get a new batch of it. I'll use the rest of that for a side thing here in a little while once I'm done with the stream. Get each one of those in there. Try to keep them centered. And man, it was actually holding those things together. Yeah, a little too much now. I can clean up the bottoms of these here once they're all fully set. Yeah, I'll have to come back and clean this one up pretty good. We'll clean them all up, obviously. But this one's going to take a little extra look. That's okay. All right, we got those all set. We'll clean them up once the epoxy sets for all of those. So that's a few moments. For now, Thank you very much for joining. Remember to hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy.